Hi everyone, my name is Colleen Lader and I'm from Beacon Health and Fitness. And today's class is going to be a Pilates class with strength. It's a little more of an intermediate workout for this 30 minutes, but there's always modifications that we can offer. I'm using two 3-pound dumbbells for this. If you don't have dumbbells at home, you could use water bottles, and you always have the option of choosing no weights at all. So we'll start with a little bit of a warm up. So coming back, we'll start with some feet just outside hip width. Just start with some deep arm circles, kind of warming up in the shoulders, reaching up. There we go. Apologize for this busy background. My normal filming room is not available right now. It's in use, so film where we can. Good. And now coming back and just open the arms up and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bring the hands forward, rounding forward a little bit. Open up and round and open up. Good, bring the arms back down to the side. Bring the hands back into genie arms here, right in front of you. So hands are about shoulder height. We're going to bring up one knee at a time, just kind of warming up in the low back. Think of this as being a low back stretch. If your back is tight, you'll feel this a little bit. So opening up. Good. Sorry, that mat is making too much noise. I'll come forward. Couple more. Last one. Good. Coming back. Feet wide. I'm going to have you lean into, we're going to lunge to one side and kind of just lean and reach, touch your toe. Come back to center, touch the other side, bring both hands down, kind of rounding head, neck, shoulders here. If your hamstrings are really tight like mine are right now, you'll feel this. You can kind of lean into this one, side to side. So just go at your own pace. Good. Come back to center, straighten out, slowly come up, bring the arms up. Good. Bring the arms back down. So starting off with one of your dumbbells, like I said, you can use a water bottle or no dumbbells for this. So bringing the weight forward. We're going to start with a little bit of lateral work on the side of the body. And we'll do this on our backs and standing first. So putting our weight into our right foot. The dumbbell is in the right hand, weight's on the right foot. And I just want you to extend out away from the body, draw back to center. So imagine that you're between two panes of glass here. If lifting up that foot is not for you, just slide it out to the side and keep the toe down. And remember, you always have that modification of using no weight. Inhale away, exhale as you draw back. Inhale, exhale, good. And reach. You can even add a soft point on that toe. Out and back. Out. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switching the dumbbell to the other side, putting the weight in the left foot, taking that right foot out to the side. I don't knock over my water bottle. We'll inhale away, exhale back. So notice, is it more difficult on one side than the other? Keeping that steady leg soft, so keeping the knee soft. And out and back. Inhale away, exhale back to center. And 3, 2, so keeping the core steady. 1 more. Taking that hand no higher than shoulder height. Good, come back to center. Switching the weight to the right hand, putting the weight in the right foot there. We're going to bend the elbow. So I'll square up here so you can see. So bending the elbow, we're going to bring knee up, hand up, and then slowly come back down. So working in the shoulders, working in the hip, using that core strength to stay steady and balanced. Lift up. Good. And push. We'll add a pulse to this. So we'll push up for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. And 3, 2, 1. Really feel the toes on your steady foot kind of spreading into the mat. Pulling your navel towards your spine, lengthening up through the crown of the head. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Roll those shoulders back. Let's try the same thing on the other side. So weight is in that left foot, knee is soft, bending the left elbow, and we'll lift up, we'll pull back. Lift up, pull back. So go at your own pace. Remember, you have the modification of doing this without the weight. And add that triple pulse. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 3. One more. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. So taking the wide step out, rolling the shoulders back. So taking the weight in your hand, just the one dumbbell for now. We're just going to do a little bit of a crossbody crunch standing. So we're going to lean in, I'll bring my feet a little bit closer to the other side. So we're going to lean into one side, turn towards that knee, and come back for that oblique crunch. We'll do this on our back as well. We're just going to start off standing for a little more balance element to this. So we'll start and we'll crunch. Turning your torso, turning your chest towards that knee and back. Knee, back, back. So now let's add a little bit of an extension to this. So we'll crunch, extend. So we have that nice crossbody lengthening going on. Lengthen, extend. Inhale, exhale. So remember, modify without the dumbbell. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back. We'll switch to the other side and we'll start with just keeping it low to start, where we'll just crunch and turn. And that's always a modification. If that extension isn't for you, keep the move low. And crunch. Crunch. Nice. Now we'll add that extension. So we'll turn, extend. There's that lengthening the obliques. Inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Carefully come back to center. Carefully put your dumbbell down. Go with those wide legs. Hinge forward at the hips, taking the hands towards the floor, rounding the shoulders. Notice that those hamstrings feel a little bit different. They feel a little more stretched out. And this is a nice stretch for your lower back. Kind of just shifting side to side a little bit here too. Good. Coming back to center. Slowly rolling up. Coming down to the floor. Keep one of your dumbbells close by. So coming down to your mat, we're going to do some of the same work that we did on the mat, or standing. So we'll start with some roll downs. We're going to keep the knees bent for this to start. We're going to round the head, neck, shoulders, taking the weight, and then coming back up. So just a half roll down, roll up. Rounding down, dropping the shoulder blades, come back up. Round down, come back up. Now we'll come down just a little bit further. and roll back up. A little bit further and roll back up. And now let's come all the way down, all the way down. Take the arms overhead, lengthen the legs out, take a nice stretch. And we'll move into that single arm, single leg movement that we kind of have while we were standing. So bring one arm, one dumbbell in the way, it doesn't matter which one. And let's bring the legs into tabletop. Imagine you could balance a tray right on top of the knees. Anytime your legs are in this position, you're using the abdominals to balance, to brace the legs. So we'll start with that overhead. We'll lengthen away. We'll exhale to pull back. Pulling the navel towards the spine and trying to imprint the low back into the mat. Inhale, exhale. And 3, 2, and 1. Switch hands, other side. Inhale away, exhale, pull back. So every time you're exhaling, you're bringing the body closer together. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take both legs down to the floor and kind of rock back and forth, kind of massaging out that low back. We're going back to the roll up again, and this time we'll have our feet kind of in a diamond position, soles of the feet pressing into each other, and I think we'll try it with our dumbbell too. So coming back to center, bringing the soles of the feet together so you have that nice external rotation for the hips. We'll bring that weight overhead. We'll inhale. We'll exhale and we'll roll up. And we'll reach forward. Come back a little bit so you can see. We'll reach forward for a little bit of a stretch. Rounding the head, neck, shoulders. And then we'll slowly come back, pressing the soles of the feet together, keeping those shoulders back. Arms overhead, inhale. Exhale. Rounding up, lengthening forward. So if this doesn't work for your hips, lengthen the legs long. Go at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Rounding forward. Last one, we'll stay down. Good. Keeping this turned up, we're going to bring one foot, knee towards the ceiling. We'll keep the other leg out in this external flexion here, turned out. And we're going to lift up and lower down and lift up and lower down and up and down. So we'll make this a little bit harder. And I just realized you can't see my head. Sorry. Not very good with my camera tonight. So we're going to bring that other leg in tabletop, and we'll keep moving that externally rotated leg up and down. We're keeping the low back connected to the mat. So strengthening through that hip by keeping it turned out. Let's add on to that. So we'll lift up, we'll extend out, we'll bring the foot back, lower down, up, out. You can add a flex on that foot, point, lower down, lift, flex, lengthening through the back of the leg, point, lower down, one more, flex, lower down. Good. And let's start with the other side. So we have the other leg externally rotated, kind of a half of the diamond that you just did. We'll just lift and lower. Each time that leg comes up, I want you to pull the navel towards the spine like you're contracting the abdominals to bring the leg back up. So inhale, exhale. And if you want to take it to that next level and take it up a little bit, bring that knee into tabletop. We'll come up Good. And 2 and 1. So now we'll add that extension. We'll take the foot out, flex, point back, lower down, lift, flex, point, lower down, lift, flex, point, lower down, lift, flex. One more, lift, flex, point, lower down. Good. Bring it down, kind of go side to side here a little bit. So now we've done the long extension here, kind of away from the body. Now we're going to go out to that lateral plane on the side. Take your weight in your right hand. And remember, if you don't have a dumbbell at home, you can use a water bottle, or the option is always, of course, no weight at all. So bringing both legs into tabletop. We're going to take opposite hand and opposite leg away from the body. So we'll inhale away, exhale, pull back. Trying to keep the hips and the shoulders level here. So we're trying not to rock. The core is keeping you steady. So inhale as you open, exhale as you pull back. Nice. So using the work in the hips, using the shoulders, using the core. We'll add a pulse onto this. So we'll open for 3, 2, 1, squeeze back. 3, 2, 1, squeeze back. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2 more. And last one. Good. Take the feet down, we'll switch sides. Taking the weight in the other hand, taking it straight up to the ceiling, bring the legs back into tabletop. And we'll open and close. Each time that leg comes back, pulling the navel towards the spine. So adding that little crunch there as you come back. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we'll do a little bit of crunches here. Bring your fingertips to the head. Inhale. Exhale as you round head, neck, shoulder up, and then round back. Inhale. Exhale up. Think about getting the shoulder blades off the floor. So there shouldn't be any strain on your neck. You should have an imaginary orange between your chin. Pressing up, really pushing that lower rib cage and the low back into the mat. Come up. So this is the first part of our crunch. Lifting up, trying to alleviate that strain in the neck. So we're not pulling on the neck. We're using the rib cage, using the abdominals to lift up and come down. So now we'll add on to that. We'll lift up. We'll do a couple taps. And we'll lower down. We'll lift up and hold. We'll do some marches. And lower down. Lift up and hold. A little bit easier, you can come up and leave the feet on the floor instead of lifting them up. And come back. But challenge yourself here. Inhale, exhale up. And up. A couple more. And down. Lift up. And down. Good. So bring your arm out to the side. We're going to lengthen one leg up to the ceiling. We're going to bring our hands behind that leg and just kind of pull it in for a quick stretch. This is great for your hamstrings. So we're going to round the head, neck, shoulders up. We're going to walk up the back of that leg. We're going to extend that other leg long. And we're just going to point and flex that long foot. So you're getting that nice stretch, but you're lengthening out for the other leg. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, flex, flex. Now, bringing the hands behind the head, I just want you to circle that leg towards the ceiling. Remember, you always have the option of letting that other leg rest on the floor if that's a little bit easier for you. And it's a small circle. And now reverse. And 2. And 1. Bend the knees. Lengthen the other leg up to the ceiling. Reach back for that nice hamstring stretch. Round head, neck, shoulders up. Lengthen that other leg out. And just point and flex on that long leg. You can point and flex both feet if you like. That's fine. Now bring the hands behind the head. We're going to circle that leg out. Keeping the shoulders still. Keeping the abdominals still. And now reverse that. And 2. And 1. Good. Bend the knees, slowly bring the head and the shoulders back. So we'll lengthen both legs out here. We're going to take one leg up to the ceiling. We're going to cross over the center of the body, circle out and around and back to start. But we want to keep that circle within our shoulders. So I'm only taking the foot over to the left side as far as it's in line with my shoulder. Then I'll circle out and come back and it's in line with the other shoulder. So it's a small controlled circle. Good. Inhale to start, exhale into your circle. 2, so working the inner thighs. 1. Good. Switch sides. Lengthen up, getting that stretch in the hamstrings. Come on, cross, back, cross, back. Again, keeping that circle in line with your shoulders. So you're not going any wider than your shoulders. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lengthen the legs out, bring the arms overhead. We'll come up for a nice roll up. Inhale, exhale, round head, neck, shoulders up. Sorry, I could hear my hesitation. My back is really sore tonight. So I'll take a nice stretch. Matter of fact, we'll take a nice stretch this way too. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together. So I'm scooting back so you can see me. And just taking that elbows on the insides of your legs, just kind of rounding forward. This is what a lot of yard work will do to your low back. But it was worth it. Okay, good. So I have one more thing to do on our back, and we're going to get those triceps involved here. So taking both your dumbbells, or like I said, if you don't have dumbbells, water bottles, whatever works for you, or without. So rounding those shoulders, kind of rounding the back, we'll slowly roll down. We'll bring the weights right overhead, and we'll bring the legs back into tabletop here, balancing that tray. And we're going to just take the hands right outside the ears here and press up. Each time those hands press up, I want you to feel like that low back pushes into the mat a little bit more. So remember, you can do this without weights or water bottles if you don't have dumbbells at home. And now to add on to this, we'll start to lower the feet down as the weights come right outside the ears. Pull back to center. Inhale, exhale. You always have the option of just keeping the feet on the mat. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll add a pulse to this. We'll bring both knees in. We'll come down for 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. If bringing your feet down low is hard for your low back, don't take those toes as close to the floor. 3, 2, and back. 3, 2, 1, back. 3, 1, and back. Good, bring both feet down. We'll bring those arms overhead and pull back. And you can turn your palms facing the center of your body here. So we'll inhale, exhale, pull back. Every time the hands come back overhead, I want you to feel that abdominal crunch here. So working shoulders and abdominals. Inhale, exhale. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Carefully put your weights down to the side. And you can widen your feet here a little bit. You can widen your hands. And just kind of gently let those knees go side to side. Good. Carefully come back to center. Lengthen the legs out. Bring the arms overhead. Nice lengthening stretch out. Inhale. Exhale, round up. Come forward. And let's do a little bit of work. Let's do some side work here. So moving your dumbbells out of the way. Coming up in kind of a plank position. Starting with the hands right underneath the shoulders. And we'll sit back for a nice child's pose here just for, to my tweeds, we stretch. Good, so coming back up, hands underneath the shoulders, the fingers spread far apart. We're going to come into that plank position. We're going to hook one leg onto the top here. So we're going to come down for 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to turn and open up and come to that nice side plank. We'll stay on this side. So that top foot, I have my right foot over my left, and we're coming down for just 3, 2, 1. We take the hips towards the mat, then we come back strong. Then we rotate into that nice side plank. Now to modify this, you could still come into that pulse, 1, 2, 3, but you could let the knee come down and then come into a nice side plank. We'll do a couple more. So we'll come down for 3, 2, 1. Open up. 3, 2, 1. Open up. Good. So coming back, we'll switch sides. So same thing, we're going to hook. Actually, I'll stay on this side. Nope, I'll switch. So coming into that plank, we'll start with the hands right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, fingers spread wide. Coming into your plank, we'll take that left foot over the right, and we'll just lower the hips for 3, 2, 1. Turning to the side. Come back. 3, 2, 1. Rotate to the side. 3, 2, 1. Really using the inner thighs on this too. 3, 2, 1. And come back. Good. Coming down. Sitting back in that nice child's pose. I'm just going to drink water. Taking those arms out. Good, coming back up. Let's finish up with a little bit of seated work here. Using that one dumbbell. Let's start with the feet wide. Widening the feet. Let's just hinge forward for a nice stretch. This is nice for the hamstrings again. So flexing the feet, keeping that nice length in the back of the legs. Back here so you can see on the back. And we'll take one weight in the hand, and we're going to come open up. We're going to turn towards one foot, and we're going to press that weight back. And we'll stay on that same side, hinging forward and back. Turn for a little bit of rotation, getting that length through the hamstrings, working in the shoulders. Again, you can use a water bottle or no weight at all. and 2, and 1. Good. Switching hands. Come up, we'll inhale, exhale, turn, and reach. So similar to the saw, we're not quite getting to that pinky toe, but you could reach towards the pinky toe too. Remember to keep that shoulder low so you're not kind of hunching it up by your ear, and reach. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Come back to center. Soles of the feet together. Hands on top of the ankles. You can gently press on the insides of the knees here just to give a little more opening in the hips. Slowly hinging forward. This feels so good, especially if you've done yard work all day. And just rounding down. Try not to force your forehead to your feet. You're just rounding. You're kind of, you have that nice C curve in your back and just gently going forward. Nice deep breaths. Good, slowly come up. So, we're finished for today. Thanks for working out with me and have a great rest of your day. And I hope you enjoyed the workout. Thanks.